Good morning. We are the Life Motivators. Welcome to hang out with us for a little while. Share your energies, your knowledge this weekend. If you didn't step in or if you haven't caught the replays on the YouTube channel, Thomas Lee Warden, then you may need to go watch it because there was a lot of breakthroughs. There was a lot of energy. There was a lot of vibration. There was a lot of awakening through everything that what we do within here on a day-to-day basis about sharing the habits that we have put into our life, the vibrations that we put into our life, the flow of energy of life and understanding of it and how it keeps in a continuous motion. And we as humans are the ones that stop and let BS and situations pile up on us. And that's when life gets overtaking. And if we would have just let go of the oars and turn the boat around instead of trying to paddle upstream to get stuff done and actually let the boat go where it needs to go. You have control of it with the oars, yes. You see a big boulder coming in the middle of that stream. Are you going to just sit there and get right behind it and maybe get overturned and then the rocks are going to take you under and then you're going to just get beat and bang and beat up and bruised as it shoots you down the river anyway? Are you actually going to take control of that boat and guide it around that boulder of BS and situations of life and go around it? Because the rest of the stuff that is upstream, I promise you, is not worth fighting for. Is stepping on the ladders and having everybody else stepping on your fingers as you going, trying to make it up that ladder. And it's like, why am I having so much struggle getting somewhere else in my own universe? Why are people stepping on my fingers and this, that, and the other? They say all I have to do is stay in a positive mode and I will be able to have the things that I want within my life. But how come when contrast comes around, I don't know how to handle it, is what I'm going to say, is what's going on. You haven't understand how to handle the situations, look at it at a different perspective like we've been talking about within here. Opening up to knowing that there is different ways. Yes, a situation will come up, but yet you have the knowledge, you have the strength, you have the courage, you have the wisdom, you already have everything within to be able to handle said situation, because it is the 90% done within us in the morning times that gets us in that alignment, in that balance, that we can go out there and take care of that 10% of day and know that said situations is not ours to deal with because we already dealt with ours. So those that have contrast that's going on within life and that you are feeling within that depressed state, you now just need to get into alignment of understanding of why you are said depressed. Are you in that situation? Once you start understanding that it may not all be you and you are just taking on everybody else's stuff and it has got so much overtaking and overweighting you and your shoulders can't hold everything because you're not supposed to be made to hold everybody else's, you're only supposed to be able to control yours. I can only control me and my life, my situations, the things that I am doing and the things that I am giving back. For an entire year, if not more, we have been working with the people that you see on this screen and many others on how to handle when situations arise. It's letting you know what you do not want within your life. It's that contrast that you do need that lets the human form know that, hey, I don't want this. I don't like this. It didn't feel good. It hurt. That stove was hot, so I'm not going to touch it again. So I'm going to remove my hand from said situation that I don't want. Same thing with a bonfire. Same thing with a toxic relationship. Same thing with a toxic career. If it's not making said happy, you, the person, the form that you're looking at in the mirror, evaluate. Start re-looking at what's going on and put a new perspective and a new spin to the things that we keep telling you to do within your own life of how do you want to make you happy? What do you want? Okay, now that you accomplished this goal of starting to learn how to meditate and getting yourself into a better alignment, now what, everybody asks? Keep moving forward. Keep looking for what makes you happy. Keep flowing with that energy of happiness that you had. Now when you accomplish that goal, move towards the next one. And then move towards the next one. And then move towards the next one. And guess what? You will have an endless life of little goals and accomplishments that you want to achieve within your life. You may want to learn Spanish. Then go learn it. Achieve it. Accomplish it. Get so good at it, you can turn around and teach it. You want to learn how to learn an instrument? Go out. Learn how to play it. or learn to play it, period. Find your vibration of it. My son did, and I love listening to him playing because he does not play someone else's music. He picked up and he learned how to play the chords, and then he started listening to his own self playing on how he strummed on different stuff that made him feel good. And now he has got a song that he's writing already because some other people nourished him because they seen the talent within. He started flowing with the stream instead of trying to make things happen of daddy, I don't know where I want to go. Do what makes you happy each day, son, until you find what makes you happy. You're still young. We're all learning each day. It took me many years to learn, okay, I can flow with this and I can make things vibrate within my energies. I can flow with this and I have less stress within my life. I can flow with this and I don't have the anxiety and depression anymore. Now that I'm depressed, now what? There's only one other place to go. Vibrate in a different freaking energy because this one wasn't working. So when I started vibrating and seeing a different energy and started listening to those that had a higher perspective of life and knowing that they were full of abundance and how were they staying happy and how are they in this happy mood all this time? You know, I'm depressed right now. How can I be happy? I don't have a daggum dollar in my bank account. How can I be happy? You know, I don't get to see my family. I can't go anywhere. I don't have enough money for gas. My truck, I'm not paying insurance on it right now. How can I be happy? I promise you. Without that truck, you can be happy. Without the things that you think you need within life, you can be happy. Because you're going to flow with the energy of knowing that you came here as a creative creature, human form, that we can go out there and create. And then when you vibrate around with others, even though you're in a depressed state, you can go in and vibrate, never even say a word, just listen to the conversations in a mastermind like this in the morning times, and you can start vibrating different energies. Then you start implementing a little each day, and you will start understanding this is a true form habit that we have put into our lives. This is a true form for us to be able to handle the situations that we have going on within our own lives. Because if I didn't get up and I flow with what's going on with my energy, if I didn't flow within a vibrational state, yes, I know there's things that I have to handle, but I handle them with a different attitude now, knowing that I will be able to accomplish them, knowing that they will be handled, knowing that I will be able to go and do that which I desire each day. Because with that knowing and that belief within me now, and not that self-doubt. That self-doubt was winning. He was sitting right here. That fear was sitting right there, and they were winning within my life because they weren't bringing me to the elevated state that I came here to be on this earth. I was just becoming the average norm robot, the zombie, the willy-nilly guy. Whatever happens, happens. Let's go with it. Yeah, okay. It's going to be good? I don't know. We'll figure it out later. And many times I have failed, but we talked about failing yesterday. It's not failing. I learned throughout those journeys. So those that many people that prejudged me or judged me during that time frame, or those time frames they thought I should be at a different place within my life, and that judgment that they did of me shall cast back on them in a different karma state, some shape, form, or fashion in their life. I just have to deal with me. Because I don't judge anyone, because we're all on a different journey. We all have different perspectives of things that we're doing within our life. And all I want to do is see everyone succeed, when before I was so angry when someone else was able to buy that new car or build that new house. And it was like, they're my same age, and how are they doing this? You know, they're not doing much more than me in life. You know what? I was always in resentment of others, of their achievements. When I started understanding that I needed to give praise for their success, because that was their hard work that I didn't see in the backside of what they were doing in the afternoons when we got off of work. How many hours they were putting on some training to learn a new skill? How many hours were they putting to their family, or, you know, to be able to do something of building that home? And I was like, why am I not? Why am I not? Well, let's see. He went and did some education. I went to the bar room. Took me 43 years to realize this. But I turned my life around and started understanding I needed to put a little bit more to me in the evening and not just put it to one career path, a skill to where I was just a number. Just a number at any corporation or any construction company or any company that was I worked for. I, as of any of y'all that work for a job or for someone, you are just a number. And when you say I quit, okay. When you say, hey, I've had enough, or they lay off, you're just a number. That pink slip comes very easy from that supervisor. Here you go. Have a good day. Tomorrow you will be replaced because there's many people waiting in line for your job, yes. How many people have the skill level that you have? Probably none. You may have a wall full of certificates. You may have a wealth of knowledge that you have paid for, invested within yourself. You heard that part. You invested within yourself to get that education. So now go out and build multiple incomes, build multiple businesses, have multiple streams to where when somebody says, I don't want to work for you anymore, it can be okay because you have learned how to do something new within your life. You have flowed within a new energy and a new vibration and a new frequency that is going to bring so much more to you because that is what you are wanting. So just know that the boat that you're going to put in that river, you go whitewater rafting, that guide will always tell you, no matter what you do, we can go down this river safely because we're not going upstream. You see the water is coming raging down. So once we put this boat in, which is you, life, once we put you into this river of life, guess what? You have to control it. Take the oars, control your life in the direction of where it's going, where you want it to be, on the left side of that rock or the right side. Don't get stuck behind it because it could turn you over and beat you up. And you don't want that kind of life. Stay inside your boat. Stay capsized with this energy and flow with it and enjoy the beautiful nature that you get to see as you're going down the river, but pay attention of where it is heading. Because there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be situations. There's always going to be something popping up because they want to see you fail. They want to see you tip over in life and be flowing with them and the beaten up and bruised flowing and not rowing. So just roll with it. It's a great day to have a great day. And thank y'all for coming out today. Love and appreciate you all. Go ahead, everybody.
Well, it's up to us to control the energy, that we're operating in, our attitudes, our moods, like our persona, who we are is who we are. We can't change who we are, but you can change the energies that you're operating in. You can change, your situation and your circumstance can change as well, but you have to take yourself there. Give me 1 second. I'm just locking up, Thomas. But if you have to take yourself there, it's operating off of other people's energy and allowing, our attitudes, our mood, our mentality, our thinking, to be. I'm going to use the word that was used this weekend. Can be hinged. It can't be hinged on anybody else. You have to build that for yourself, your own thought process, your own thinking, your own energies. Like if somebody is, operating in negativity, you get around them, you feel that energy. That person life story, and you'll go, man, I don't want nothing to do with that energy. I don't want nothing to do with how that person's operating, because you see the friction that it's bringing about. You see the heaviness, that may be carried, with that person regularly. You're like, I'm not operating off of those energies. I don't want that in my life. I was talking to Roxana this morning, and I sensed, a little heaviness, and I was wrong. So she was telling me about some work. Oh, I think, we might not be able to, or it's going to delay the process of going downtown this morning. And I go, oh, no. I like, that's not what we want. I said, dear, are you okay? You seem a little flustered. And she's just like, I have a little anxiety. And I go, well, I don't want these energies. So what she told me, and I go, okay, well, don't accept them. Don't accept them. Well, these are other people's energies. Okay, exactly. You don't have to accept another person's energy. You know, someone's like, oh, I didn't know I had that in me. You know, I didn't know I had that capability. You know, and it's like, no, you do. You do have that capability. You know, you do have that power. You do have that strength. You do have that control over your own situation. You know, what you're choosing to subject yourself to mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, your eyes and your ears are the windows to your soul. Do you want to drive? Yeah, that'd be better. Okay. So you know, your eyes and your ears are the windows to your soul. So it's kind of like, you know, those are the energies that you're choosing to operate in based off of what you're listening to, based off of what you're watching, you know, based off of what you're choosing to allow in your atmosphere, you know, and that's, so it's like, do you want, you know, to take yourself to a good place, or do you want to operate off of, you know, a lack, or do you want to operate off of negativity, or whatever the case is? You can take yourself to wherever, man. And, you know, like, monetary things aren't going to provide, you know, much. They're only going to give you a certain amount of
They probably switched over to his Bluetooth in the car. You're gonna have to get his volume back.
everybody's at a standstill, so I'm not even sure if you guys are listening to me. Oh, okay. All right. Good.
We got you now.
Man,
We're gone for a minute.
Yeah, so, you know, it's just that, what energies are you choosing to operate in, man? That's how I looked for a little while, Thomas.
No, you need.
The
There you go.
face.
Seatbelt. That's it.
So, you know, yeah, you know, we drive differently. The energies that men and women drive off of are much different.
You look at your phone. Just look at your phone. Don't pay attention to the driving. Just look at your phone. Okay.
It's like Thomas getting anxiety because Carol's driving. Like, oh no, baby, stop. No, but it's, you know, it's about energy, man. So what energies are you choosing to adopt as your own? You know, if you can take yourself to a better place mentally, morning, evening, afternoon, you know, regardless, it's up to you guys to do it, because it's kind of like how do I get there? You know, some people go, oh, I have so much stuff going on. Well, we're in control of what we're in control of. Anything past that point that is out of our control is literally out of our hands. So there's no point in stressing over it. There's no point in being overwhelmed over it. You know, there's no point in sitting there in a meditative state, giving these thoughts all these energies, you know, giving these thoughts all of this time, you know, in meditation for what? To be.
Sorry.
Feeding the fuel.
Yeah, it's like it's the energy. Like, what's the point of that? You know what I'm saying? What, like, literally, what is the point of allowing yourself to be controlled by something like that? You know, like, you don't have to adopt that. You don't have to practice that. You know, the choice of you operating off of your own, and of you deciding, hey, I want more. How do I get myself to a place of where I'm not gonna be so meditative in negativity, but I'm gonna, well, what do I do want? Okay, well, start focusing on the things you're in control of. Start focusing on the things that you know, that you can master, or that you can sharpen yourself in. You know, and you know, it has to be a daily practice. Something I love is, you know, the being morning motivators, or motivators in general, is something we have to practice. It's a part of us. You know, you have to learn what it is to motivate yourself. You know, some people go, how the hell do you stay motivated? If people were to only know the amount of weight or stress or whatever that is on any one of our shoulders on any given day, you know, they would buckle. Why? That weight, you know, wasn't meant for them to carry. It's meant for us to carry. But some people go, man, you know, how the hell do you stay so motivated? How the hell do you stay so encouraged? You know, if they only knew, right? But it's about the practice. It's about what you're choosing to practice every single day. That's why I say it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
This is a lifestyle. It's not something that is gonna, like Thomas says, it's not gonna happen in 90 days. It's not gonna happen in 60 days. You practice this day in and day out, and you'll see, okay, this is what now I can take myself from being in depression to operating in more, from being in depression to saying, hey, you know what, I don't have to, I'm free from depression. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like just speaking life over yourself, freeing yourself. and not waiting for something supernatural to occur in order for you to get out that dark hole. In order for you to feel like, okay, I'm finally making progress in life. I'm no longer in this emotional, mental roller coaster that I've been in for the last year of my life, 2 years or whatever. You can't take on more than what you can, bite off of or chew. And then that concept, Thomas, that we always talk about, where the airplane mentality, like we can't, regardless of how much you love somebody and you want to help somebody, you first got to put on your own oxygen mask in life. You first got to learn what it is to help yourself. If I only have $200 and somebody needs $200, I can't borrow them that $200 because that's all that I have. Now I might have an abundance where, hey, you know what? I'm willing to share this. I'll give you 100, but I can only give you from what I have. But I'm not going to take out of my own, or it's kind of like I have to learn what it is to manage my own mess, to swim through my own drama, to go through my own stuff in order to speak to something for somebody else. And I can only help somebody else if I'm managing my life accordingly. So it's kind of, that's when it comes into play, where it's kind of like you have to practice what you're preaching. You can't just say these things, but you have to live them out. So I mean, I guess it's kind of like keeping yourself accountable mentally, so you're getting into the right frame of mind, so you're operating in the right energies, so you're practicing the right routines and the right habits, but it all starts with that mind and the mentality, man. You have the capabilities to free yourself, but you also have the capabilities to sit right there in your mess. The choice is really up to you. Love you guys, man.
Woo. Power right there. You could either get out of it and clean up, get the smell off, or you can sit there and keep playing in it. Hey, it's your choice. It's your puddle. What'd you make? I love it. Miss Ashley, what you got for us?
Yeah, that's perfect, Julio, because as you were talking, that kind of like segued right into what I wanted to say was, it can be a very challenging thing for us to, accept and take ownership and responsibility. It can be painful sometimes to realize that everything that we're experiencing in our lives, all of the people, all of the situations, all of the joy, all of the love, but also all of the pain and the turmoil, is a direct reflection of what is happening inside of us. It's painful sometimes to realize that, right? Because we tend to think that it's other people, it's external, it's the job, it's the boss, it's the husband, it's the wife, it's the kids, it's the situation, it's the town, it's how much money I have, it's the illness, it's the cancer, it's the, I understand that that's going to be painful for some to hear right now, because trust me, I've been through my fair share over the last couple of years, just as everybody else has, right? And there's things that we feel, it's like, there's no way that happened to me. I didn't make myself sick. I didn't make this happen. This happened to me, right? You didn't go out and consciously try to make something happen, but there's still a piece of you inside that wants to be healed, right? That wants you to stand up for yourself and leave that job. Maybe if you're not happy in a relationship, that wants you to leave the relationship. There is a piece of you that is not in alignment yet, in some way, shape, or form, in some part of your life. So just like Julio was saying, right? It's on us to be the ones to make the change, because it's our responsibility. It's our lives, right? And it's like Thomas says, you can sit in it and you can wallow in it. You can play inside of the mess, or you can step outside of it and you can make changes. And those changes might not always be easy, right? But again, remember that everything you're experiencing outside of yourself that you feel is happening to you is actually being created by you, because of everything that's happening inside. It can be a nasty one to face for sure. But let me tell you, when you do, and you finally draw that line and you're like, okay, no, I hate this job. I don't want to be here. There's something else that I love. And even when it's scary, I will figure it out. It's fine. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to die, And the world on the other side of that, the contrast of what you've been living, you will feel once you make that transition, like you can breathe, like you don't know why it took you so long. Your whole world changes, literally.
It's the fear of that change that most people, after they've been at a location for a long time, or
Yep.
doing that job, then it's that fear. I'm really not happy here anymore. I want to do something else. But what you do, you go home and you talk to your husband every afternoon, or your wife every afternoon. I really wish I'd find something different. I really would. I really wish. I really wish. I really wish.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you did was talk that wish, but yet never took action.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one step of action towards that unknown will actually get you towards the known.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people that was feared when we switched over in our educational platform from one to open up the new mother one, where it's now corporate and certified and this, that, and the other. There were so many people, oh no, I'm going to have to learn something new. You're getting this information to be able to harness you to another level of education of what you're doing. And it didn't cost you any more except your time to go pay attention and listen. Take it, flow with it, roll with that energy. That unknown is now known. Now what? You've got that knowledge. Now what are you going to do? Get up, get out there, become a leader within you, your life, your business, your direction, where you want it to go. I get up every day and I live in my ripple movement. I live in my energies, my vibration. Am I selfish? Yes, it sounds selfish. It does. But I promise you, throughout my day, that I've got myself, my cup full. I give back to others in so many other ways that y'all don't see within here. And I give back within here as well, that y'all do get to see. But I live my life giving to others, which brings back more to me. I've learned, and now I teach. Go ahead.
Can I place a tiny challenge out there for everybody? Whether it be today or over the next couple of days, however long you want to take, doesn't matter. Everything's perfect. However long it takes you to be honest with yourself. Just think of one thing, the one thing that is most on your mind that you are dissatisfied with, that keeps coming up in your life, that you may not up until this point have been ready to look at. And even if you have been ready to look at it, have not been willing to change it. We usually know what that is. It usually doesn't take us long to figure out. I want you to really think about the amount of energy that keeps coming up with this. How much of your time is thought about this one thing? How much energy you're not only wasting that could be used for the better, but that is actually sucking you back every time you go there with it. Okay? So after you identify, we only have to do one thing right now, just one. If you want to do more, you can. Identify it. Then in the middle, just be with it and understand what it is, what it feels like, if it's serving you, how it's hindering you, why you're resistant to not making moves forward. Okay, so that's the middle piece. And then moving into the end piece, thinking of solutions, not putting the pressure on yourself that you have to go out and do it. But if you were to decide to do it, how could somebody make it better? If you've known somebody that's gone through the same thing, take yourself out of it. Detach yourself. Think of somebody else. Okay, my sister-in-law went through this. How did she do it? What steps did she start to take? Did she reach out to somebody? Did she start saving? Did she start getting a side hustle? Did she start talking to somebody in specific? You know what I mean? So really start thinking of like action steps that you could take. Take the pressure out of having to have it all done off of the table. Just little baby steps, right? I could go here. I could do that. This could work. And write out a list of things that could get you out. Start the process and then try and stay in that space a little bit longer of the creating the change, right? Just the awareness of this process alone forget the end outcome and having to have it completely done. Just this process is heightening your awareness of the situation and your awareness of the exit out or how you could change it, right? Yeah.
Deep within a meditative state, you can do many things within your own life, within your own physical body, that you can actually begin to know what's coming or know what's going on within you, and knowing how you can correct it because you are asking, or you're in tune with the source energy within you. And when you can pinpoint something so deep that has been bothering you, that you can sit there and talk with source about it on how to remove, how to fix, what would be the best method, all of that. You know, it's up to you on what you're wanting to sit down with and how deep are you wanting to dive within you. You know, because that's the only place that you need to go with anything that we work with here on a day-to-day basis. It is with inside of you and the energies that you're working with and the direction that you want to flow with it. You know, because if you're telling the same story over and over and over and over and over again of woe, poor, pitiful me, and woe, poor, pitiful me, and it just is the same repetitive story, and then now nobody's listening, but yet you're looking for anyone to listen, and yet you come to a place like this, and we're going to tell you to evaluate, check yourself, see what's going on, dive deeper into that question of why are you telling the same story over and over, and what do you need to do to start changing the words of that story and making it to where it's really what you're wanting, because it's not everybody else's fault of why it's not happening. It's that dive deep that you go within you, that you see that there's a lot of things and a lot of situations that you're dealing with, that you can look in the mirror and say, oh, that was me, not them. Oh, now I see how that happened. You know, so the chapters that we're going through within our life, the journeys that we're going through within our life, the adventures that you're going through within your life, it's all a perspective on how you look at it, if you're having fun with it as you're going through it. You know, yes, it is hard to have that fun energy, that high vibration. It did, like Julio and Ashley said, it has taken us a little while to have all this. We didn't just grasp it. We didn't go buy it at Walmart. Like I said all the time, we've had this, but we lost it after a child. That energy was still there. That creativity person was there, but yet we let it get hampered by society and the way we had to flow to keep our monetary funds, go to school, get the education, and, you know, get a job over here, and then, you know, pay bills over here, and then, oh, now we have a house, and oh, now we have kids, and now we have a husband or wife, and now we got to pick a fence, and oh, now we got all these notes, you know, before that reality kicked in, and we lost that creative side of where we truly wanted to go with our life, because we got sucked into that monthly budget of seeing the red all the time, and it's like, what's this red? I'm out. What's this? I want out of this red. And now our mind always got seeing that red and that lack of an energy, you know. So it's like, oh well, this is what it is. Fine, this is going to be my life. I'll be this way until the day I die. So I just might as well turn grumpy. Might as well. Nothing else works out for me. Nothing else is going for me. Man, everything else is against me. So is everybody else. How many times is this story resonating with just those right here on the screen? Because I'm sure it resonated with me for a long time, and many others within here on a day-to-day basis. And you still hear it every day out there in the world. And every once in a while, when you start hearing those at work around the water jug, you start hearing them bitching and complaining about their life. And all of a sudden, you feel that energy start sucking you in, and you start complaining about something that didn't go right with yours. But now we've learned how to catch ourselves and not go to that water jug. But if we do, we inject a little bit of something different now, a different perspective, and then we walk off with a smirk saying, yeah, I left them with a little seed. I planted something new within their energies today. Why? Because we don't have to stay there to leave a mark. We don't have to try to convince anyone to come over to the positive side. It is something that is a choice that people make as they work through the energies of BS, and knowing that this negative didn't work. Might as well, you know what? This is working better. I feel better every day. My body's feeling, I'm looking good. I know I look good. Look at me in the mirror. Man, I'm looking better every day. That gray hair, yes, coming in wise, looking wiser every day. I love it. So what are you proclaiming to yourself is what we're asking you to do. proclaiming the energies that you want, proclaiming the life that you want, taking action for what you are proclaiming. Because you are the one that has the power of the pen to write that journal, to write your story, to write your chapter. Where are you going with your life? I want to read the biography in a rocking chair one day with my cup of coffee. Say, man, that was one hell of a journey from the day that I met Julio to where he's sitting at right now. Wow. The things that he was able to do and accomplish and the people that he was able to affect. Mother Teresa touched millions by her words. Right? Mark Lack and many others. The inventor of Mark Zuckerberg, I mean.
I was about to say, because
Yeah,
I'm about to say, Thomas, don't compare me to that woman. I'm not as holy.
No, I'm not
She's
you.
a
I'm
lot
just saying.
holier than me.
I say, by the time that I'm sitting in a rocking chair, brother, the people
Yeah, I know.
that you have already touched. Mark Zuckerberg, the people that he has already touched and be able to bring together and communicate with his social media. What do you bring to the table? What is that one thing that you want so bad? That love, that passion within your life, that respect, that nourishment. What are you wanting so bad within you? And I'm going to ask you to quit looking for others to get it. You are the one that has to nourish you. You are the one that has to bring the love to you. You are the one that has to bring the happiness to you, the joy, the energy. Don't look for others to bring it to you. Look in the mirror and know that you already have it. I'm going to pass this on to Miss Crystal. Go ahead, Miss Crystal.
Good morning. Feeling everyone's good Monday morning vibes here. So I'm going to talk about noticing things. A lot of us tend to live our day-to-day with horse blinders on. We all got, okay, we got to do this, and we got this task, and we got this task, and we kind of zoom and fly around without really noticing and appreciating and thanking for everything around you. So today what I want you guys to do is notice. I want you to notice everything. I want you to take those horse blinders off. And I want you to put away your usual pattern and habits and just notice things. Start by, like, how did you wake up this morning? Do you wake up with an internal alarm clock, or do you have a programmed alarm? What sound does that alarm make? I programmed my phone to be a nice melody to wake up to, kind of like birds chirping, something that is soothing, not a something that can be a little more aggressive. Try and start your mornings just a little softer. As soon as you hear that noise, I want you to pick a tune or a sound that really makes you think of happy thoughts and start listening to that as your first sound in the morning. When you roll over and shut that clock off, think of what your plans are for that day and just be thankful that you had that comfortable bed to lay in, the pillow to rest your head on, the blankets to keep you warm. Or if you're down in Texas like Thomas, or in Tennessee like Shannon, and you already have 90-degree weather, then be thankful your AC's working or your windows can open to let a breeze come through. As you move on throughout your day, in your morning, find something that makes you smile, happiness. I started writing little messages to myself on my bathroom mirror, and just something really simple. The last few weeks I've been working on leaving a place of employment and joining a new place, and just writing little messages to myself saying, I'm worth it. So know that you are worth it, and believe in yourself and tell yourself that you love yourself. As you get into your car, find happiness. Don't focus on the angry, aggressive drivers. Take your foot off the gas a little bit and just coast on through. And then at the end of your day, go back and make sure that you say thank you for everything. When's the last time you said thank you to your loved ones and truly, truly said thank you? Stop them, look them in the eyes and said thank you. List off a few things that you're thankful for and notice how much that will change your day. going to find a quote by Robin Williams again. The man has had such an amazing life and such a zest for happiness. And he said he used to think the worst thing in life was to end up alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people that make you feel alone. So tell them that you're thankful and surround yourself with people that better you and help you advance in your life. Hope this day treats you well.
Thank you very much for that. Yes. Knowing that we're never alone within inside of our own selves, knowing that you're never alone within this world. You know, we have our moments. Everybody is going through it. Everybody walks different miles within those shoes that you're in. It's the energies, it's the vibration, it's the love that you're putting to it that makes the happiness within your life. You know, you could be, how many can remember being happy in a mud puddle with a Tupperware bowl and a wooden spoon? I know I was happy playing in a mud puddle. May have ate a little dirt too, but I'm still here and I'm pretty good, you know, looking pretty good too. Gave a pretty good facial every once in a while. Go in completely covered in mud and mom be like, right back out that door, boy. Go grab the water hose, clean me off. It was okay. You know, Tonka trucks, yes. That kid-like energy that you have within you. It's a Monday, and most people call this the Monday blues. But as us, as life motivators within here, we're wanting to let you know, take that childlike energy, that thought that you have from something that made you happy, swinging out on a rope on a creek, going snowmobiling on a snow day up in, you know, y'all's Canada, going having snowball fights, building your own little castles that y'all did in the snow. I didn't play in snow. I just
Ice fishing.
ah,
Ice fishing.
ice fishing. There you go. On those days they say you ain't got to go to school. Good, we're going ice fishing. I like that. I love fishing down here in the South too. I've never been ice fishing because I don't like the cold, but that's a whole different story.
You have a shack that gets heated up. You'd like it.
Oh, a heated shop. Oh, I love this. Yes. So, but it's that energy that you had then, put that in today. Why not? Take that creative child. Take that creative energy. Go be fun. Go be giggly. Go be skipping down the sidewalk just because you can. People look at you and you're a grown man skipping down the sidewalk. Yes. Why not? I am thankful that I can still walk. I am thankful that I have feet that are working with me today and not against me. Because I've had pains and problems with my feet for many years. So I am thankful every day that I get up and I'm able to walk from my house to my office. I am thankful that I get to walk from out of my door to go play in my backyard in the flower beds here after a while. I am thankful every day that I get to feel the sand under my feet again because I don't have half a feeling in one foot. So the feeling that I do have, I am thankful for it. I'm thankful every day, just like Crystal was saying, for the things that I have within my life, the people that we have within here that we get to enjoy with and co-create with each day, and to mastermind with different ideas to sharpen each other in our skill sets and within our mindset of what we're working on. The mind is a very powerful thing, and knowing how to harness it and understanding it and knowing how to bring your energies from your heart and from this area that you have within you that you came here with. We're here to give a better understanding of what you already have and how you can get to it. Because everybody asks that question all the time. How can I have it? How can I be positive? How can I have this good energy? Daily work. That's it. Daily works. Is it going to happen overnight? No. Is it going to happen in an hour? No. How fast will it work? I don't know. How fast are you? How fast are you going to understand? How fast are you going to awaken? How fast are you going to quit asking all these questions? Just start saying thank you for what is coming. Say thank you for what you already have. Say thank you for the abundance and the knowledge for the things that you're already taking care of. Because you were the one that put you in the situations where you're at now. You're the one that went and got that skill set to get that job. You're the one that has that job. You're the one that stayed there for all this time and doing nothing but bitching and complaining about it. You're the one that has done nothing to move you any further, but yet we give you a little nudge on how you can, and you don't implement, does not mean it's our fault. Just know that we're here to inspire you, to sharpen you, to make you better in what you're looking for within life, and to make you a better understanding of what you already have. That's what we're about within here. As life motivators, we're co-creating each day with each other. Many of us have online businesses. Many of us are building businesses of brick and mortars. Many of us are moving our lives in different areas. But it's your area, it's your level, play your game.
Thomas said, how fast can you stop asking these damn questions? But that's true, though. It's look, how, because if they knew it all, then they wouldn't be asking for advice in the first place. So shut up and listen. Yeah, that's it right there. You know, if you don't know if you don't know it all, and you know somebody who knows a little bit better than you, it's a good time to start using those 2 ears instead of the 1 mouth you have, because you're supposed to do twice the amount of listening as you are the speaking.
And within here, yes, people can go to my profile and see my age and see me and see what's put on there. But nobody knows the miles that I've been. Nobody knows the troubles and the trials and tribulations that I have been up and down and around and this, that, and the other. They were mine. That is what has given me the experience to be able to speak the way I do and be able to have the knowledge that I have and be able to grasp the understanding that I have that some don't. And don't think that, I'm above you because I have different knowledge. No. But I have found within here, and we have tested within a year's time frame, from having a beard to having a long goatee to being clean shaven to back to a beard now, to the people that will cast judgment on me by the way that I look and say how this little white boy's crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. I have had those messages come through to me all the time saying, how can you tell me, that I need to be doing this? How can you tell me? And then I asked them, did I ever say once that you need to do anything? All I talk about is what I have done. And I know what is working because there's others above me in their organizations that are doing this same thing. We're not teaching or we're not doing anything that hasn't been passed around for thousands of years. We're passing on a message of energy that has been here before all of us started walking on this earth. Collectively, if you added all of our age groups up on here, it's still been out here way before then. All we're doing is still bringing another message, another form, another perspective of looking at how you can think and talk to yourself to bring the energies and the vibrations of goodness, of good energies, of good abundance. Material things and man-made stuff is not the abundance that we talk about. I'll leave it at that. We're going to wrap this up with Miss Shannon with some affirmations today. Go ahead, Miss Shannon. Oh, Daddy must be sawing.
It's a car going by, sorry. Today, go with the flow. Immerse yourself in nature. Slow down and meander. Go around the obstacles. Be thoughtful of those downstream and stay current. The beauty is in the journey. Life is flowing through you. It's flowing through me. Let it flow without resisting. Let it control you. Surrender until you become one with it. Our life is but a stream that flows by so quickly, so make each moment count.
Beautiful day, beautiful energy. Thank all of y'all, and thank y'all for enjoying this moment with us and co-creating. It's been a great day. Thank and appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Beautiful day. Awesomeness right there. Thank you guys for all the energy, all the love, everything that y'all bring to the table each day. Thank y'all for the words that were spoken from your heart this morning. Thank you for the words that y'all bring to the table each day to nourish us and to sharpen us for sure. Miss Ashley, awesomeness to see you in here with us again and flowing with us. Great energy, great flow. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I know people people probably have watched and said, how many more ways can these people break down the mind? And the thing is, there's many different ways in order to get yourself to a better place. There's many different ways, we're just telling you what's worked for us, what's how that's operated for us, what's proven to be successful in our lives. You know, we don't claim to know it all, man, but we do know that our practices are proving to be effective for us, you know. And if you just put them in your practice and allow them to be lifestyle for you, you know, they can be very practical and life changing and, you know, transformational if you just allow it to. Goes back to the affirmations that Shannon just, you know, said. Hey, man, you know, you have to be in that flow. You know, but some people don't know how to be in that flow. They don't even understand that, or they don't understand how do I even get there? You know, it's that lifestyle practice. It has to be a lifestyle. Otherwise, it doesn't work because it's, you know, it's like something you're turning on, and it might work for today, it might work for tomorrow, it might work for a week from now, but it might, you know, that doesn't mean that it's always gonna work. You know, you might go through that fight, you might, you know, you might go through stuff, and then, you know, you're just like, oh, how do I get myself back to that place? You know, there's many different ways. We have many different practices, so it's a good thing when you have this many minds to bounce ideas off of, you know, and discuss, you know, how to go about that, you know, collectively. I think that's the beauty in this. You know, we're all just speaking from our life's experiences and growing from there. You know, and we're able to give those tools, our life experiences, you know, to somebody else. You know, if they want to join us, it's on them. You know, but hey, man, it's proven to work for us and be successful for us. You know, in gaining ground in our own lives. So why would you not want to put that kind of positivity, that kind of energy into practice?
You guys want to hear something really cool that I've been doing lately? And it kind of like really helps to like take the power out of the seriousness of life, the seriousness, losing the house or not having enough money or not being able to pay the bill or whatever. I've chosen like this animal. So for me, it's the leopard. And you think about the way the leopard lives, right? What does the leopard need to survive? And it really helps in moments of like, oh, good morning. Oh, you guys are going to get to see them today. Like taking the seriousness out of life, because when I start to feel myself fret, I'm like, I go back to the leopard. I like picture myself as an animal, right? They don't need anything. So I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? I'm not going to die, right? Okay, so they take this away. Okay, so they shut off my cable. Okay, so whatever the situation is, right? And when you think about wild animals, like how happy they are and how well they live, and they live in abundance and they roam, and they're not controlled by all of this stuff that doesn't really matter, right? It's just, we're here to live. And that's when you look at wild animals, that's what they're doing, right? They don't need the big fancy house or the big fancy cars or anything like that. So really like choosing an animal that resonates with you. And this is just one example. You can think of all different creative ways, but really like looking at the amount of power that we put behind all of these systems that have been put in place by other people. We give so much power to them. We live our lives controlled by them. The leopard isn't controlled by anyone or anything, and it's always just fine, right? So if you feel yourself fretting, you want to come here? If you feel yourself fretting about stuff, whoa. You want to say hi? They can hear you.
What's up, buddy?
Say good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time, little guy.
Yeah, they used to see you when you were like this big.
Good morning.
Oh.
You were tiny last time we seen you.
Yeah, he's gotten big. How old are you now?
I'm 4.
You're 4.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I started a new school.
Yeah.
You having fun?
What's your favorite thing to do there?
I'm going to go to Value Village and I'm going to get a bumblebee costume for Halloween.
He's
We're going to
serious.
go to Value Village. They have a bumblebee costume like Transformers. That's what he's going to be for Halloween this year. The other one's going to be Iron Man. Yeah. Value Village is our favorite place. Right? Don't we? We like to recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that glow. Can y'all see it? Y'all see it? Oh man.
Did you have a good sleep?
But when we go to Valley Village, we saw creepy things there.
Creepy things?
Because they were getting ready for Halloween.
Are you ready for Halloween for the big bag of candy?
Yeah.
Are you ready for Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Gathering in the morning. We all spend time in the morning together.
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be teaching us soon.
But I have Ninja Turtle pajamas.
Yes, you do.
And
That's my favorite. That's my favorite, and it's Michelangelo too. Who he's my favorite Ninja Turtle of all. I used to have Ninja Turtle pajamas also.
Oh.
I still have them.
Oh.
Turtle power. The other one's going to be upset when he knows that everybody's already awake without him.
Oh.
He gets so grumpy. He'll like sit on the stairs and he'll be like grumpy for like 10 minutes. It's like, why didn't you come get me?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Share the love,
Mhm.
energy. Man, it is. That's awesome to see him, to see the love, to see everything that we have going on right here, guys. Like I said, working towards what you have and what you're going in life. Just see that little child right there, and that energy, and that face, and that untaintedness. And he has a mother that is making sure that he's tainted.
Look.
Yeah.
Look. You see?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Say hi.
Yeah.
You say hi to the little boy.
Never taint him.
Saying hi too.
We got another baby girl on here. Look at here. We got baby energy flowing today, guys. If that doesn't put a smile that wrap up your day and get it flowing even better, come on now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey Thomas, so I got opposite traffic looking at me, right? And I've had like maybe about 6 people look at me like, what the heck is that guy smiling so big about? You know, people sitting there and they're smoking their cigarettes or in their car opposite direction, sitting in traffic, and they're looking at me like, this guy has this humongous cheesy face. Look, I believe one of the greatest gifts that God could ever give anybody is joys like that. You know, like us at our most purest, most innocent state like that. You know, us in our childlike form. Because if you think about it, even as adults, we're still children. We're still children. You know, I think that's one of the most beautifulest things that God could ever give us is just to see a child be a child. You know, the energies that they operate off of, the innocence in them, you know, the purity in them, the honesty behind that. You know, it's not tainted at all.
And you know what I love about it is living water. We're living water. In that form right there, you'll see water and energy grow together to increase this physical form that we're in to be the size that we're going to be. Power within that right there. If you actually think about it. We are the living water. That energy right there and that creativity mind that's sitting right there at Ashley's screen, that child and Rachel's child together. Energies, vibrations, the creative minds, the things that he is looking around, he's figuring out his day right there. You can see it in his face. What's going on? What am I going to do? What am I getting into next? What am I going to touch? What am I going to taste? What am I going to put in my mouth? What am I going to color? What am I going to play with? What am I going to play with, Mom? You know, so that creative mind is, and that smile, look at that. It's just love me, love me, love me. I am so cute. Go ahead and take pictures and put me out in the magazine because I have the smile. And it is what it is. And Julio, even though he's just a bigger version of that little child.
I have Batman Lego.
You have Legos?
Batman Lego. Yeah. He's sharing all his good secrets today.
Batman Legos.
Not just any Legos, he has Batman Legos. Watch out.
Yeah.
Is that the one that we heard? No, that's not. Never mind. There's a crunch or something. I heard somebody say something about Legos.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We had to rebuild it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He had it back together within 2 seconds, didn't he? Snap, snap.
That one was like a 12-year-old's Lego. It was a harder one. So it took me with him about 4 hours to rebuild.
And if you would have just let him have it, it took him 2. You got in the way.
Yeah.
My mommy
It would have looked
helped,
different than the box, but it probably would have been even better.
but my mommy helped me too.
Yeah.
Your mama helped you too? That's awesome. That's right there. That's what that
He
is.
doesn't like the 4, 5, 6-year-old ones anymore. He likes the like really advanced ones. Yeah.
Well, of
Pretty
course.
cool.
Say I'm an advanced child, Mom.
Yeah.
Right. I will be teaching y'all how to do this in the morning times here soon as I get up early enough. But yeah, he likes sleeping in.
Are you spinning? Okay.
Guys, it has been a wonderful day. Little buddy, it has been wonderful to see you again. As your bigger self getting 4, look at him grow. Just think, guys, it has been 3 years that we've been able to communicate together, to co-create together, to be able to watch each other's journeys within here, to, like I say all the time, y'all are my soap operas. Seeing y'all's advancements that y'all are making within your own self, not just within your business, but within you. The attitudes, the knee-jerk reactions, responses that are slowing down, the driving while listening and not being so vocal to other drivers. And now, like Crystal said earlier, releasing the gas just a little bit and letting the other energy that isn't too much of a hurry go on by so you can flow with yours without any hesitations, and not having to give the gestures for those that cut you off in traffic anymore. The advancements that we're making within our life every day is the energy that we're putting to it to begin your day. The start of that energy in the morning times is the best practice that I have put into my life to get me to where I'm at today, to get me to the energies, to get me to the love, to get me to a better understanding on how to communicate with others, to get me to a better understanding within how to love me so I can now have someone within my life that I can love as well. Because if I wouldn't learn to love myself, I would have never learned to love Carol. If I would have never learned to love myself, I could have never learned to love y'all. I would have never been able to have the patience to sit into here to listen to things sometimes until I got in tune with me. And then it was like, I need others to sharpen me just as well, not just a book. I need human experiences. I need human communication. I need human things that can mold me a little bit better. Because yes, I have experiences all day and I could read them in books all day, but yet until you hear the story, their emotion, their feeling behind it, it doesn't resonate. Because I've never experienced it, read in a book, it doesn't resonate. It doesn't grasp as well with me. So I love listening to people's stories and what they're going through and their experiences of what they've done to get themselves out of that said situation. When you get out of that situation and you're talking about what you did, you learned something new. So now you're talking about it and teaching others that something new. That's what we do within here. Sharpening each other by teaching what we have been through and how we got out of it and the mindset that we had to put behind it at the same time. I love and appreciate you all, guys. It's been an awesome day. A lot of new energy, a lot of new love. Keep up the vibrations on a day-to-day basis, and you will feel the difference. Rolls-Royce wasn't built overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. You have to rewire the learning and the transmissions that you have been receiving all of this time. Now start receiving a different transmission and then start projecting out a new perspective of that transmission, of the way that you want to feel with that emotion. Talk to you tomorrow. Love you.
Love you guys.